future. The world is waiting now. Dreams are in the making. We'll show you how. From the books to the screen, from the stage to the stars. Level up your game, let's raise the bar. Innovation, inspiration, it's in our DNA. Breaking through the limits, we're paving the way. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Empowered in your passion, your voice will be heard. Building a legacy with every word. From podcasts to pages, from business to art. Level Up's the place where it all can start. With heart and with vision, we're chasing every goal. Together we'll ignite the fire in your soul. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we're trailblazing, breaking through the mold. Dreams are alive, let your story unfold. With courage and pride, we'll take the fight. At Level Up, we own the night. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. So let's level up and never look back. On the road to greatness, we're on the right track. Together we'll soar, together we'll thrive. At Level Up Academy, we're alive.
Whoa, can you guys hear me? I hope so. I hope so. So this is my first cover page over here because we do need your help. I will give you guys an update while I'll formulate and talk to Danielle exactly like what pictures to share. You know, I still value the family's privacy. And first of all, I want to say that we are very grateful as a community. I know Danielle hasn't talked a lot about it because she's busy really taking care of her family at this point. But she will post one of these days, right? To how grateful she is, and I just want to reiterate that she is very grateful. She cares about a lot of things and she is very generous on her time to help other people. So Sana and I have seen her really, right? Um go out there and help others. And so this is our turn to say, "Hey, let's carry the burden of helping in any shape or form that we can." And I also know right now that money is tight, everything is so expensive nowadays, right? But what we're gonna do is we're either sharing it or give anything. $5, $10 literally helps the whole cost for Sister Danielle's baby, Elise. So we are pleading for your kindness and generosity to help us with unforeseen life events. We don't want any children, let alone Elise, to really go through what they are going through. I think there's definitely a lot, not just the suffering of the child itself and the family, and it creates turmoil, right? Because everybody's very intense, but also the healthcare system. We see how the healthcare system is broken. And that's another thing that she really is passionate. She, as in Danielle, is very passionate, coming from her husband and now to her child. And she has two boys, right, who are older brothers of Elise. So thank you guys so much for your kindness and generosity. Now, what we're going to talk about today is actually 50 inspirational connections. Susanna and I are going to be clarifying, sharing, and really creating a community where we spotlight other people, right? 50 inspirational connections is more than a spotlight, really. It is a stage for the builders, the dreamers, the soul hearted leaders shaping our world from the ground up. Today, more than ever, I've seen so many people on LinkedIn and Instagram, they're going live and just a bunch of noise. When I'm listening to them, I'm like, I don't see the value. I just wasted 15 minutes of my life right now listening to this, right? But it's okay. We're trying to figure things out. But it is a noisy digital age. It's easy for purpose driven voices to get drowned out. This initiative really was created to flip the script, to amplify those who lead with integrity, build with compassion, and connect with intentions. It's about creating a ripple effect of hope, collaboration, and community through real stories and real people who are actually changing lives online and offline. Right? This isn't just a feature, it's a movement to reclaim your visibility as a tool for good. When you step into that 50 inspirational connection circle, you're not just gaining exposure, you're joining a dynamic ecosystem of impact and legacy. This is where your story really fuels others to rise, collaborate, and lead. And this is where visibility becomes a legacy. This right here, what you see in front of you, is legacy. This is our future leaders, right? So we're trying to help everybody and one at a time, obviously. Okay. So for 50 inspirational connections, guys, this is where it's at, right? This is where visibility not only becomes legacy, but where your presence sparks possibility for someone else. We're looking for people who are inspirational or who inspires you. If ever you felt like your voice mattered but didn't have the platform, well, this is your moment and we're saving you a seat. So come join us, right? Three reasons, top three reasons. There's more. But these are just the top three reasons. Your voice matters, and this platform will make sure it's heard. You'll get featured on podcasts, magazines, and live streams. And you'll also join a circle of 50 heart centered leaders and soul hearted leaders changing the game in social media. This will actually end. I extended it from the 15th to August 2nd. So, August 2nd, you'll see the ambassadors post about it at least once a week starting next week. Right. This week is more of our rump up, to make sure that we are creating that space for everybody. And you'll also will see some of these ambassadors, if not all of the ambassadors, come into our live stream one of these days as well together. All right. So, oh, happy Thursday, everybody. Let me go ahead and bring my sister in. How are you,
Morning.
sister? Good morning. How are you doing?
Is as good as can be expected. It's nice and sunny outside, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I think our sun right now is coming up too, but it's kind of hazy outside. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we don't have the haze, but that will come later in the summer after there's a few more forest fires.
Ah, okay. Well, we don't want forest fires. We already
We
have
don't.
enough in California, right? LA gets them all the time. San Diego got them really bad back in like the 2003. Was it 2003? Yeah, it was 2003 because that's when I met my husband. During the fire. He would be asking me, we were kind of talking at that time, and he would be asking me like, "Where are you going? You don't have work. You want to come see me?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to volunteer." We had a San Diego stadium that we would take like all the children who were displaced. So I would pick up um from the churches. I would pick up all their items and I would bring it to the center, right, for kids and things like that. But we were raining ashes. I never thought I would experience that, but we did. So yeah.
I've experienced raining ashes, but it was a different kind of ash. It came from deep down in the earth, about 60 miles to the northwest when Mount St. Helens blew in 1980.
Oh yeah, Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines have that. The whole entire town got melted down, and they're still moving back. Ah, people, we can't change nothing, right? It's just how it is. It's the earth. And right now, I think we're definitely, I have this weird gut feeling. I feel sick to my stomach. I don't even want to watch the news, but I'm on TikTok and I'm still hearing it like, oh, we're definitely going to go to war. US is actually sending people who's in Iran like you need to get out now. Get out now. Guys, get that hint and really take it to heart. If you are in Iran, please get out now. I do have some people who are from Iran listening and watching, so please be safe and get out. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this, sister. What is 50 inspirational connections? Can you tell me? Because I think the first year you were one of the 50.
Mhm.
The second year, however, you are an ambassador, and now you're still an ambassador. You're always gonna be stuck with me.
Hey, I have no problems with that.
Oh, can you tell me, like, when you applied, what was going through your mind?
CJ will kill me if I don't.
So true.
Hey,
So
I
true.
it was last minute. You know I drugged my heels on that one, literally.
Yeah.
And that's really what it was that I remember the last show you had where you talked about it, and I think I think that day you had a number of like last minute entries because it was the first year. Nobody was really sure what was going on. And so it was after that, and then it's like, okay, fine, I will do the video. And I think I did it twice because you're very specific on that time. It's like, don't go over the 5 minutes or I just gonna toss it. So like I think it was at 5:01, so I redid it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, because listen, I was by myself. I didn't have any ambassadors to help me. Like,
I
I
know.
spend 100 something hours volunteer my own time, and usually I sell my time at 250 to $500 an hour. So think about how many hours is that? Okay, like for real. Yeah.
Right. That's our value, but it's doing this is important because it's giving something. It's helping, like everything else that goes on. It's helping to level up those who aren't seen as much, aren't known as much. It's those that they're known to a core group, but not to a bigger group.
Yeah. And so a lot of people were asking, like, what is 50 inspirational connections and why is it important and why should I do it? First of all, I will never push you to do it. Okay. This is more of a community building. And last year, there was somebody who literally sabotaged the 50 inspirational connections and took like 5 people out from the 50 because they weren't picked or they weren't included and said, oh, it's going to be an intellectual copyright issue and this and that. Guys, you have to look at it. I'm not the first one who actually has groups who are elevating other people. Okay. What am I gaining? Right. A lot of these so called marketing gurus will tell you, oh, no strings attached, just like ick or whatever. Okay, you're right. Because some, when they say no strings attached, there is a string attached. But
Mhm.
I have done this, and that means I have highlighted 100 people already, right? In the last 2 years or 100 times. Um, I've never asked money from them. I've never asked anything from them. I'm so sana. I don't, because it's me giving back to the community. But the disrespect. that you get from doing it is crazy. And so I just leave it to the moon and the stars for all the negative people, because it's okay for the amount of people that we can create positivity in the world where right now turmoil is winning, negativity is winning. The devil is literally celebrating and having a party right now. We need to come together as a community to be kind, to be compassionate, to support others who are trying to support others, literally, right? Stop your negativity. Stop for a minute, right? Just stop and breathe. It's okay if you're not included. But in order for you to be included, you have to be part of a group that really truly cares. Would I be doing this if I really I'm listening to negativity? No. I'm going to keep going until somebody else will take over it, I'm sure, right? Because this is why 50 inspirational connections was only for LinkedIn. First year and second year. This year, I've seen like Vic. Okay, Vic right here. Oh, thank you for coming to our live. Vic literally came to my live, and I'm like washing my face, talking about collagen, 7 day colon cleanse. Like literally,
Yep.
I was taking my makeup off live. Okay, on TikTok because I sell product reviews there. This man right here is in Los Angeles. One of these days, we're gonna have to meet Vic. We're like an hour away, really,
Yep.
and literally is kind, right? And he's on TikTok. He lives on TikTok. He loves TikTok. And that's the reason why I love doing social media this year, not just on LinkedIn. And Charles, we keep saying, oh, let's go and chat. We need to chat, period. Because
Yes.
I've known Charles a little bit. I don't remember which live that we went together, but he's an amazing leader, right? And he travels a lot in Asia, I see. Because I think at first you were in Vietnam, now you're in Hong Kong. So we need to have Charles and get our circle to get to know Charles. And Charles, literally, I definitely would, if I could nominate you, I would. Deborah, if I could nominate you, I would. Vic, if I could nominate you, I would. And the reason I can't is because I'm the one who pick it. So I can't really be that biased, right? Somebody nominate them. Nominate each other, people. And then of course, Lisa. Lisa, you have to be part of 50 Inspirational. You have to. You are inspirational, right? You are not late to the party. You are not tardy to the party, Deborah. You are here. We love you having here. Um, it is difficult to process that we could see World War III. And I was telling my daughter, I said, if we get attacked here in San Diego, we just instantly melt because we have something really close to where we live, actually, that if that gets attacked, boom, gone, literally. It's next to us. Where San Diego is military town for a reason. There's a huge base here, guys. Huge. Okay. California has lots of military bases, period. Um, so there's already a threat of New York attack, I think. I heard that. It's supposed to happen in 14 days. So people are like on their edge, but I'm like, don't stop life just because someone in social media said that. But be prepared. Be prepared. So for those of you who are there or listening to this, just be prepared. Have something like, when we had COVID, when we fought 2020 was about toilet paper, literally. I
Yep.
think last year was all about eggs. I think we have weird survival years theme. I mean, who would have thought that we were going to be fighting for toilet paper? Like, for real. There is such a thing as Costco, but then if Costco doesn't, if 2 hours or 4 hours, just go to Amazon, guys. Just order the 60 rolls. It'll come to your house. You don't have to worry about it. It takes about 4 months to finish. You're good. You're fine. Don't go online for that. And argue. No, it's not worth it, right? It is not worth it. It is difficult. And let's just that this is why it's so important to be part of the 50 inspirational connections, is because we're going to create positivity within the group. Exactly, Charles. I love that. We have to lift each other, right? So This is actually a global visibility campaign that I have created. It's designed to spotlight you guys, leaders, creatives, founders, change makers who are building communities, creating impact, and showing up with authenticity in social media. Listen, some of us have a lot of word of mouth through experience because you are at that point of your life that you have done so many on ground jobs and you've done sales and marketing and you have a lot of connections, which is wonderful. The new wave of marketing is all online. So building that relationships where you can't actually see in person sometimes still creates that invisible wall of, I don't know. Even Susanna and I will have that feeling with somebody and we talk about it. We have a little party at night while we take our makeup off and we talked about people that we just met and said, what do you like about this person? What do you think about this person? How's the energy or how's the vibe that you're feeling? Because we listen to our gut nowadays, right? So that's why I launched this, and I'm lucky enough. Actually, there's luck and hard work on this one for sure. I work so hard to make sure that I can actually provide this visibility. Because you'll ask, like, CJ, what makes you think that you can create this visibility for everybody? I already have done it. I've done it. It's like, you want a magazine? Sure. You want television? Sure. You want publicity? Sure. You want to go and have a book signing? Sure. You want to create books? Sure. You want to do more anthology? Sure. You want a solo book? Sure. Right? What else do you need? I have tried it so that you guys actually can be amplified. And I said you guys is because I've met so many amazing people here on LinkedIn and they want to make money, but I still see that there's alignment issue, especially on visibility. You don't really know who to listen to anymore because it seems like everybody's an expert, which we are in our own rights, but some have more authority and credibility because of what they have done in their life. Right. I'm not knocking down people who are like truck drivers or, just starting out their career or students, but some that I'm find ridiculous. This is just my opinion, okay? It's not Susanna's opinion. She can have hers, and I'll ask her about that. Is the alignment, right? I had a client, guys. He was a truck driver, and he does a good job. He makes good money, but he just got tired of doing it, especially during COVID. And he took a certification, and I looked at the certification. It was just somebody's certification. There was nothing in it. There's no um, authority really, right? And I'll tell you about authority and credibility in a minute. But he got a cert in that, and then he now charges. Oh, he got let go in his job. So for at least 6 years, he was working as a cashier at Home Depot. And then while he was going through that, he went over here on LinkedIn and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do a certification because someone on LinkedIn was offering it." It was like a 2-hour certification, and then he DM me and said, "Hey, Dr. Leland, I want you to help me put on live stream. I want to be a coach. I want to, be credible and blah blah blah, and I'll pay you." I said, "Okay, first of all, stop. I would love to take your money, but it's my thing on the line, my credibility. So I want to know more about what you do." And he's like, "Well, I was a truck driver. I got injured and I got let go during COVID. And then now, I work at Home Depot for about 6 years while I was actually in between that driving thing. And then now, this was last year. I got certification from this person and it was a 2-hour program. And I'm going to be a mindset coach." I said, "Okay, how was that? How's your clients?" Right. And then he's like, "Well, I haven't had any, but I've done this all my life. And I just needed this piece of paper that I did for 2 hours." I said, "Okay, how much are you charging?" She goes, "Well, it's a coach program, like 2 weeks, so about $5,000. Ask yourself, I'm not saying this person didn't have the experience. I'm saying most people, okay, compare, like, why would you go to Walmart versus Nordstrom, right? So if you're going to charge $5,000, but you came from Home Depot and truck driving and 2-hour certificate, and you're charging me 5 grand for what though? So I said, okay, maybe he knows something because he's much older than me that I don't know, which I love to learn. So I said, okay, tell me more about your program. I was confused by the end of the conversation what the program was. And I said, okay, first of all, I'll be honest with you. I can't work with you. And the reason being is that you're not there yet. Here's what I want you to do. So I gave him a little bit of homework and he did it. But he's like, well, this is too hard, Dr. Leland. I feel like I'm in class.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I like to give homework. I like to help you. I will never say no, but at the same time, it's like you need to structure yourself to where people actually see you as a credible source and somebody to listen to, right? What do you think of that, sister?
Well, number one, of course you give homework. But I talk about that. I talk about that all the time too. When I talk about you, it's you're not going to let somebody do anything until they're ready, until you see that they're ready. Because if they're going to work with you, then they obviously want your system. Um, in terms of of the different experiences, um, you got to have something that shows how you got to where you are. When I talk about stuff, I've experienced everything that I've that I talk about, that I deal with, that I'm working with. We've talked about this too. There's too many people who just decide to be. I feel like they decide they're going to be a coach because they think that's where the money's at, and maybe they somehow they think they only have to put in a few hours a week because that's how so many things make it look. Oh, you only have to do it for this short of time, that short of time. When the reality is, even working with a client, you got to put in a lot of time in the background to be ready to work with and help that client.
I think it's a disservice when you take someone's money knowing that they're not ready yet and you're putting them on circles and circles. I just don't. In my good conscience, I won't do that.
Right.
Secondly, I can't just take your money and put you out there knowing that you're not ready because then my reputation is tainted, right? And I keep saying my reputation. Every single person has their own reputation, what you're known for. I don't want to be known for collecting money and being shady. I have seen those people who try to have smear campaign on this end who are in trouble right now because they're taking money from people and they have no value given, right? And so here's the thing, don't blame others when they're trying to hustle, guys, because you have a choice. It's your job to do the due diligence to research who they are and what they have done. Okay. When people knock on people who are educated, like, oh my God, she thinks she's all that because she's educated. No, it just means that I have more discipline than you to do it. That's all. Because there is no excuse. Yes, some people are not meant to go to college and do it over and over and over and over like me. I get it. But you can actually do yourself a favor and get certifications. You don't have to have a degree to show that you are capable of learning. Is all I'm saying is that learn the right way. Whatever trash and things that gets into your subconscious, it's going to stay there. The more negativity that you think and you wake up every day on how to ruin someone's day, that's all it's going to be. You're going to ruin your day. Don't do that. Be kind to yourself by giving yourself, like, if I give you crappy food knowing that it's crappy food, why are you eating it? You have a choice. That's literally what you're doing to yourself every time you're negative and you're taking some gossip and drama and all that and putting it in yourself. That is what you're eating in your soul. It's eating you up, right? And Everly, are you the one who is supporting Russ Hedge? I want to know. And yes, I would definitely, all of the people who are supporting others, big communities like Ross Hedge and Mike Asherbrenner and, Deborah, Divinely Deborah here, Vic, all of you guys are amazing.
Mhm.
People was like, oh, it's just a support. No, no, support is everything, everything. right? That is what we have. It's literally what we were trying to do is support you, right? Growing your business and growing others through voice, values, and vision is difficult. It hasn't been easy, to be honest. But at the same time, my mission is bigger than anybody. To level up the world through education is huge. And I can't do it alone. That's why you're there. But it's only for those who are ready, right? For those who are ready. What is the purpose of 50 Inspirational? Well, to connect builders, leaders, community weavers, like inspiring people to give recognition and visibility that they deserve. People like, oh, I don't like recognition. Ask yourself, you don't like recognition because you are told that if you do, you are a narcissist? Do you not like recognition because it makes you feel awkward to be highlighted because you're a shy person? You don't like recognition because it's not really something that you care for anyway? Like, ask yourself all those questions, right? Because I think um, our past trauma really carries on to how we do, how we speak, and how we deal with our business. If you are not a business person, I get it. You don't really need recognition for that. Recognition is a tool for authority and credibility. Why would I spend so much money and so much this if I didn't want to graduate with a piece of paper? It's because it literally just shows that I have the discipline to finish something. That's what a degree is. It I know so many frameworks that I could use on any situation. I have so much in my brain, it's not funny. I was telling Bella, sometimes I have 7 CJs talking at the same time, and I feel like I'm not listening. It's because my head is busy, like talking to each other. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It's just my ADHD moment. And so you're like, oh, how do you know these things? It's because either I lived it, I read it, or I've done it. Literally, right? What do you think, sister? What is the purpose of 50 inspirational connections?
Well, okay, before we thought, I'll give you an example of what that probably looks like in your head with those, because if you go back to the movie of called Storks, there's a scene where the gal she's basically in the mailroom, and suddenly she's sitting alone, but then you see her over there talking about this and over there talking about that. It's like, this is what your head looks like in that mailroom scene. You're there, but you're everywhere. When it comes to this purpose, and I love how you start rhyming things again, builders, leaders, community weavers. Exactly. You just can't help it. But it's that ability. There's so many people out there, so many creators, so many amazing people who nobody knows about them. They're they're only known to that small group that they're a part of. Now, I think we've all experienced that. You get into LinkedIn and you find a group and it's a small number and you gravitate and maybe there's like 20, 30, 50, maybe 100 people even. And so you figure your posts are doing fine because you're getting 100 plus impressions but you're getting the same people over and over. Here's a chance for somebody to say, hey, this person, I love what they're doing. Nominate them and get them out there so more people get to see them, because their message needs to be out beyond that small group. Their message belongs to other people. Oh, she's doing acronyms again. And that's your word too, dear, acronyms. Uh, Deal with it in the military all the time. So yeah, it's really, the purpose is to lift not only those who maybe everybody sees and so they'll be there, but it's to lift the ones who aren't as well known. They're either new or they've been here doing stuff for a while, but their group is small for whatever reason. And it can be because of life. I mean, that's the downside of the algorithm is it expects you to be happy, perky, and there all the time consistently, and we can't do that. I know you've got these people who's like, be consistent, be consistent. You can't. So that's another piece of the purpose is to help highlight and lift those who, because of life, because they're going through things in life right now that they're on their own roller coaster. They post when they can, they make comments when they can, but they can't do the consistency that everybody's saying you have to do to be successful. That doesn't allow for life. And here, doing this, it's a chance to lift them up to say, hey, this person, they talk about this, they do this. Here, we want you to know about this person. And hopefully that will help jumpstart them to the next level. Because everything is about level up. You know, I put our two mottos together all the time. Level up, move beyond boxes.
Okay, you're right. I am doing acronyms. I was just thinking about that last night. Like, okay, inspirational, inspirational. Um, because this is the theme for this year is inspirational. Listen, we need to be inspired either with positivity or you need to be inspired with negativity. When you go into your circles and all you talk about is somebody else's life, you're not creating your own, right? You don't copy other people's lives, honestly. And don't talk about other people's weakness when you know you have your own. Deborah always says, bring up the mirror to your face. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna okay. I like I broke my mirror. I like anything cute, guys. Okay. I'm such a girly girl. It's not funny. Um work, right?
Another
So
reason we connected.
yes, Abimbola definitely come in. Life is a boomer. It does. It does. Hello, Mike. Mike is also one of our see Everly. I love you, Everly. Kumusta ka kabayan? Kumusta ka? Maayong buntag. Magandang araw, magandang gabi means good morning in different languages, guys. Okay. Yes, Mike is an ambassador this year. So let's talk about I, which is impactful, creating waves of change through every story shared, right? Because that's how people learn about you is through story. It's exciting that you're extending it across platforms. I know. I'm gonna see how that works. Support is right up there with oxygen. Be coachable. Yes, be flexible, right? Learning is everything. A degree can also be very personal, a personal goal or aspiration. Charles, that is correct. I think that my first degree, my bachelor's, I was actually disappointed that I graduated 5 years instead of three. Um, but I had doubled majors. So I had communications, which is writing. I write and edit and did public speaking on my communications for journalism degree. I had a journalism communications degree. I really love that. Hence, I love talking. Um, but my other degree was computer software programming, which is the opposite of journalism. And some of my friends couldn't figure out why I was doing the opposite. Like most people in my class who are doing computer software programming, they don't like public speaking. They'd like to be in the corner. And if you know me and if you are my friends and close to me, I don't allow you to be in the corner. It just doesn't work like that for me. I'm like, come here. And you're like, they're basically, I think what it is that I feel like I'm boosting energy on people and giving them confidence that they deserve, because I think we have that fear of judgment. Like, I don't want to look like a fool. I'm like, okay, so what if I'm looking like a fool? What are you gonna do about it? Let's just do it, you know. I mean, Susanna, even like when she comes in here and at first I think she felt uncomfortable, like posing because we were at Podfest when she did that. I'm like, sister, doesn't matter if people look. So what? They're not the one who's on my camera. Let's go. Like that's literally what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It boosts that energy for you. And this inspirational is that impactful of change in every story that you shared. Oh my God, I did this one thing that I was like at Level Up YouTube and it was crazy. I don't know how I did that. I've heard so many people like, this is my first time creating this video. That first year, you were very uncomfortable actually on creating that video. You waited so long to do it.
Uh-huh.
And Dina actually, was it Dina? I think it was Dina. I had to call her And I said, "Hey, you applied, but you didn't do your video. Is there something wrong?" And she's like, I don't know what to say. I'm scared of, creating this video, and I just don't know." And I'm like, "Okay, tell me more about why you're afraid." Right. And she's like, "Well, I don't want people to do." I said, "Okay, there he goes. I don't want people. Who cares about people and their judgment? The right people you're gonna attract is the one that you want anyway. You're not gonna get a paying customer because they hate you, guys." It just doesn't work. "I hate her, so I'm gonna buy her product." Huh? Or her service. It doesn't work. You see what I mean? You see what I'm trying to do is help you align your customers with who you are. So if you're comfortable with who you are, they see the confidence in you. They will buy the product and services because they see that they are aligned with what you're saying. Nobody buys your product and services who don't like you. It just doesn't work like that. And the N is really for noteworthy, recognizing individuals who lead with authenticity. We're all trying to be authentic. Some are more than others. Just saying. Okay. Who else is in here? Abimbola, sister, you definitely should definitely do it this year. She did it last year, and I love her video. Definitely. So we did impactful, and now we're going to talk about noteworthy, which is recognizing individuals who lead with authenticity.
Mhm.
What is authenticity to you, sister?
Considering I talk this all the time, authenticity is to be your authentic self, is to be who you were created to be, to stop trying to fit in, because when we try to fit in, we are trying to go someplace we don't belong. So be your authentic self, who you were created to be, and stop letting others tell you who you are, what you're supposed to be and do, because it doesn't work.
Nope. Nope. Okay, so supportive, fostering collaboration over competition. That's what we always say. We support each other through thick and thin, right? And we weed out those people who are trying to come in who are negative. Another thing is P, purpose driven, highlighting missions that matter. Some missions matter more than others. Again, not all missions are in alignment with ours, right? So, who's in alignment? We want to see community, not just a bunch of talk and a nice words from ChatGPT on your headline. Literally, right? Everybody uses ChatGPT. But then when I look at your profile on LinkedIn, there's no movement. All you're doing is reposting some knickknacks from YouTube and getting a lot of views, and you have a lot of followers, but what you're putting in doesn't really have value. I've seen some of those people who have like 500,000 followers, and I looked, I'm like, what value are they giving? Nothing, right? So we don't want those. We want some founders or creatives and thought leaders and coaches who are highlighting missions that matter. What are missions that matter? In my eyes, mission that matters are helping other people, right? If your services is helping like Beverly yesterday, not only is she a city council in New Mexico, Los Alamos, she's also doing wound care using technology to help others who are in that situation of their lives. I is being inclusive, welcoming diverse voices and experiences. We don't care the color of your skin or how many followers you have, or we just care about how you are inspiring others. That's it, right?
Exactly.
And R is for resilient, celebrating those who rise despite the odds. Really, right? Like Sister Danielle. Jesus. I told Beverly I need a shaman for sister. She gave me a ghost whisper, or was it a ghost whisper? No, she was on Ghost Whisperer TV show. This lady, I have her link, and I'm gonna see if I can engage her to help us get the juju out. A for inspiration is authentic, honoring people who lead with heart and not ego, right? And not giving your personality an excuse for your behavior. T is for trailblazing, featuring innovators paving new paths. I is for intentional, uplifting those who act with vision and clarity. And then O is original. Make sure that you're uniquely showcasing your journey and your bold perspectives. Some people talk about their life struggles all the time. Breathe. Look at what you are doing. You're still breathing. You're still able to complain about your situation. It's okay to complain once in a while, but if your entire platform form is complaining about your issue and you're not actually doing something about it, that means you should provide solutions. It's okay to highlight problems, literally. We all have problems. But what is the solution that you're coming up to help yourself, right? N is nurturing, building a community that lifts others as it climbs. A is for align, rooted in values and purpose and legacy, because that's what we are all about. And the last thing is L, you got to be legendary. Leaving a lasting mark, those presence, not just performance. So, as one of the 50 inspirational what you will receive, okay, so you're gonna have a podcast feature. Usually I'm actually probably upping this soon, probably by my birthday month. I will be upping the how much you will be featured. I'm getting a lot of accolades on that, not from me, from random people literally saying this is where you at, including Feedspot, who has 14 million, right? They're a database, they're an aggregate. If you don't know what Feedspot, look it up. Feedspot, they're an aggregate database for all podcasters in the world. Their CEO literally emails me, CJ, by the way, you are number part of top 80. So I looked it up and I'm number 38. I'm like, wow, that is so amazing, right? I love that because that means someone's listening to my work, someone's listening to our conversation and moving up and downloading it, right? And then I own a Level Up Circle magazine. You will be spotlighted. And I think I'm going to charge 500 on this one soon instead of 300 right now, right? You will be highlighted in there. You're going to have a live stream interview just like this. So you can be on YouTube and everywhere else. You're going to have social media promotion across, meaning I will create assets for you. You don't have to do that, which I charge, by the way, but it will be free for you if you're 50 inspirational. So you can have a certificate, right? And then you'll be on Instagram, you'll be on TikTok, you'll be on LinkedIn, and you'll be on Facebook. It's not just a LinkedIn thing. And you'll have an advocate status as a leader of visibility, hope, and collaboration. And this year we'll have cash prices, guys, from $10 all the way to $100. Um, our top five definitely will get those cash prices. Just want to let you know. Okay. So these are some things that, and this one right here, you'll see it when you scan the QR code. So you'll have access to our circle of 50 influencers and leaders. You'll be on our show and live stream. We're going to have supportive community. I'll introduce you to one of our ambassadors of Hounds of Business, obviously. You're going to have new followers, new clients, new opportunities, but it's up to you to work it. Don't just sit there and do nothing. You got to what? Share. And why it matters? It's because we're doing the work but remains unseen. It's hard, right? We're doing it for you so we can be helping you. And here are my amazing ambassadors: Susanna, Zion, moi, Mike, and Marlene Foster. Marlene actually was one of the 50 inspirational connections. I think all of them have been one of the 50 inspirational connections.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the other 3 were last year.
yeah, yeah. And I usually will pick the ones that are have been 50, because then that way, they'll have some um experience of how it goes, right? This is the scanning the QR code, or if you go to levelupwithdoc.com, level up with doc.com, the application is actually on there. Just scroll down below. Okay. Sister, leaders meet people where they are at. Exactly.
Always.
Exactly. Those are the right leaders. So yeah, you broke your mirror. That's it. I'm leaving. Charles, it wasn't me. Okay. I know he's in Asia. So breaking a mirror is actually a bad luck for 7 years. I know. I did not break it. Have you seen my fatty bulldogs in this house, Charles? If you're on TikTok, I have a bird, a scarlet macaw, and two English bulldogs. So I have a fatty one called Cheerio, and she's literally on my feet right now. And she sat on my purse, and I hear, I'm like, I think she cracked my freaking mirror. And it's a little tiny mirror, Charles. Little tiny mirror. And yeah, yeah, she did. So now I just use my mirror for my makeup. Curtis! Oh my God, Curtis. I'm still fanning. I love Curtis. I love that you
Yes.
are coaching people on mindset, because I don't think I've met someone as strong of a mindset as you have based on your work. So I love that. Sister, any last minute or last thing that you would love to add for 50 Inspirational?
Get out there, and whether you nominate yourself or whether you're gonna focus on people that you know, and quite frankly, you don't have to nominate just one person.
No.
If you know
Yeah.
5 people, if you know 10 people, nominate them, because when it gets down to it, that's 10 people that are going to get some recognition, whether they make it to the 50 or not. They're going to, in many ways, get in front of a new group of people, because once CJ sees all these different people, she's following them, and she'll tell me, it's like, I think you should check this one out, that one out. She'll do it with Mike, with the Hounds of Business. It's like, maybe you want to think about XYZ, and it's a chance. It's not just a chance to sit there and be stuck where you've been all this time. It's a chance to actually elevate. It's a chance to level up the people that you think need to get more exposure. Don't leave them sitting there. Don't say, "Oh, I can only do one," and pick one and leave 5 in the background. Nobody gets left behind on this.
Mm-mm.
That's how this one works.
Also,
Nobody.
guys, I want to add and reiterate that if you want to nominate yourself, you can.
Mhm.
That's how we started with 50 Inspirational, is nominating themselves if they have a business to be highlighted, right? If you want to nominate yourself, you can. No one sees this thing, not even my ambassador, except for me. And
Right.
so don't worry, I won't be sharing your info. It's just me looking at it. But like, what I'm looking for, I'm literally telling you what I'm looking for. Last year I had 120 something, 150. I don't remember how many people submitted. And I only picked 50, and I apologize because it's 50 Inspirational. There's only 50, right? But here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? And then this year we're going to have a voting on the top 5. So you'll be getting that. So three things. First is you can definitely be inspired by your own work. Why not? What I'm looking for is inspiration. Inspiration, inspiration. That's the theme. Why are you inspirational? What are you trying? What is your mission? Right? That is what I want. Secondly, okay, is what are you hoping for? Like what is your end goal, right? To do that. And third, just have fun. Just have fun getting to know your people, getting in groups, getting to know others, because I will be doing that as well and getting certificates and things like that, for you guys to blend in, to carry on, to really get together. And maybe we'll actually, I was thinking of doing an anthology for the 50 Inspirational. Getting your stories maybe like 500 to 1,000 words, right? Not more than that, because there's 50. um and then getting your bio in, and then not putting your name where your story is. So it's like word search, and I put it all the way to the back of the page, and then you can have a tagline, and then the readers can say, "Oh, I wonder whose story this is. It must be Susanna's, or it must be CJ's story, or it might be Mike's story. Whose story is this?" Right? And trying to guess, that's the fun part. And maybe we can create that book this year. It's a different kind of book, but 500 to 1,000 probably is good. More
Yeah.
than that, it would be too much. But yeah, like soup for the kitchen, but this one's soup for inspiration. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's something that we're thinking, not necessarily doing, but we'll see. That's a lot of work. It'll be me and Susanna working on that, but it will be amazing. What else can you talk about 50 Inspirational, sister?
I understand how it can be scary. I mean, crap, it was scary for me. You're In many ways, you're going to be talking about, depending on how you approach it and what you're talking about, it can be very personal that you're putting in that video when it comes down to the video. Because that's really how it was that first year. There was no form to fill out and then you say, "Oh, okay, give me a video." No, you were asking for the videos up front, which is why it's like over 5 minutes gone. I don't have time to look at it. Uh, but number one is whatever you say, yes, you've got to be ready to say it. But also know that you can tell your story without going into specific details that maybe you don't want to release at this point. And you still have an amazing story that's going to come across. So don't get yourself wrapped up in details that aren't going to they're not necessary. What matters is you give your story, you open up about yourself, follow the rules, follow the guidelines, and all you got to do is you talk about what you're the most comfortable talking about with. And if you're afraid of to talk about something specific, there are ways to talk around it and still get the full impact of the story without releasing details that you don't want to release.
I love that. Guys, you're still not going to get out of the video. I'm just saying. But there's no point of, okay, so I've learned on the first year when I did the video thing, I thought no one actually would do it. And there were like 60 or 70. I was like, oh crap. So I had to watch all 60 and 70 by myself. It was a lot. Then the second year, I had 100 something, and they still did the video. And I think I don't remember if there was a form, right? So I've learned,
You had a form. You
yeah,
had a form
but
because you
I've
did the form.
learned to like not do it at the same time. So now I said, okay, let's separate it. We're just gonna have a form. We're not gonna have a video. I will ask you when you get into the 50 inspirational after you apply, be as detailed as possible on that form. If you apply and you get in, I will go ahead and, okay, email you saying, hey, can you make that less than 5 minute videos? It's always going to be less than 5 minutes. And what I do is I actually premiere the video, so you'll have dates of when the video is going to be out, and it's usually like 5 people per video, 2 to 5 people, sometimes only two. And if you are applying, make sure you are ready to create that video. I had at least 4 people last year that applied, got in, and didn't do the video. You're really wasting my time. I'm sorry. You are. Okay. And it's already free. So be kind. That kindness is also back to me. Okay. Like for
It's
real. Be kind to my time. I'm really doing it for free so we can have a good, positive community. So, yes, go ahead and make sure that don't do the video yet, but be prepared. If you apply, you might be asked to do the video. Do the video on the deadline. I had too many extensions last year. I won't have this year. I won't have that extension. Once I have the due date and you're not getting the video, then you don't get the video. It's either you want to be in or you want to be out. It doesn't really matter to me either ways, right? And then we'll go from there. But I really am thinking about that fun anthology, anthro-human, like anthropology, humanity. Ooh, Abimbola, that will be great, right? I think so too. I think
yeah.
so too. And we might do that, but for editing and time, the anthology might be, we might charge instead of 500 since it's less, maybe like $50 or $100 or something like that if you wanted to be in the anthology, because we still have to do the time and the posting and all that. But we might not charge that full 500 for our anthology, but maybe 50 or $100 if you wanted to be in that anthology. Now what I'm gonna do is, really highlight different ways of doing it. And you're not only gonna go live on like YouTube, I'm probably gonna put you on Instagram as well, because I can do live on Instagram. And then we are gonna put you on magazines. So we're gonna have a lot of people on magazines. So that's all we're gonna give you a lot this year to really hone in that positivity. We're trying to combat all this negative happening in the world with a
Yep.
community that still stay positive. That's all. Right?
We need more positivity. And
Mm-hmm. Be
that's
kind.
what this is about. The 50 Inspirational is positivity.
Yeah. And don't be like, oh, what are they getting? Nothing. We're really just building a community. And if you already have that feeling of negativity, don't apply, please. Don't apply, please. We don't need that. We just want positive people, positive collaborators, and collaborators who are willing to be part of a community who's trying to level up everyone at the same time. We can't do it alone. We need your help. And just be sure to be happy out there, have some fun today. You only have one life to live, and tomorrow is not promised, guys. So be kind to yourself today. All right. We love you guys. See ya.
Bye.
I started in the silence, behind closed doors. Dreams too loud to keep tucked in the floorboards. Late nights, broke days, no applause in sight. Just coffee, hustling that fire to fight. They said, play small, but I'm built to expand. No silver spoon, just grit in my hand. I will every note, like armor and steel. Visibility's a battle, but I'm real and I heal. From invisible threads to the front of the stage, I'm rewriting the script, turning scars into page. Level up, rise above the fear. Let them hear your voice, make your purpose clear. Every step, every stumble, every tear in the rough. You were made for this moment, you are enough. Level up, break through the doubt. Turn the whispers of your past into a victory shout. You ain't just chasing clout, you're building a legacy. Now the world's gonna see what they couldn't believe. Yeah, yeah. What they couldn't believe. See the back end, just a headline glow. But success is built slow, where the struggle don't show. Algorithms change, but your mission's divine. You're the brand, you're the vision, you're the power behind. You gave free just to prove you have value inside. Now it's invoices paid and your name amplified. You're not just in business, you're changing the game. And your visibility, that's more than a name. No more shrinking, this is expansion. No more asking, this is commanding. You've been the spark, now you're the flame. Entrepreneur by fire, fueled by name. Level up, rise above the fear. Let them hear your voice, make your purpose clear. Every step, every stumble, every tear in the rough. You were made for this moment, you are enough. Level up, break through the doubt. Turn the whispers of your past into a victory shout. You ain't just chasing clout, you're building a legacy. Now the world's gonna see what they couldn't believe. What they couldn't believe. To the late nights, the lost friends, the risks you took, to the brand you built and the space you shook. Here's your crown, your moment, your spotlight beam. You didn't just chase the dream, you became the dream.